John, did you try doing stand-up comedy at one time?
Oh, yeah. I started out in the same place that a great many comics have come out of, Greenwich Village. When the first gig I had was at the Cafe Wa, and this was quite some time ago, but it took me about 3 weeks to work up enough nerve to finally get on the stage to do it. And, of course, I only got paid $5 for the gig.
I remember the Cafe Wa. Is it still there?
As far as I know, it is. I haven't been in the village in quite a few years.
Did you ever work there, Rip? Did you ever work
No, but I followed him in Chicago in a nightclub. He did an act with a girl called Amos and Annie.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another phase in my career that I don't talk about too much, really.
But but they didn't know you were a nightclub. They didn't know you were a comic.
I say I don't talk about it too much. Really.
You want to cut him?
No, it's cool. It's
okay. Cool. Now, did you write all this material, Jim?
Yeah, most of this stuff I wrote myself. I just left Vancouver. Matter of fact, I just left there this morning, and I was up there doing a little gig for a charity up there, and I had a chance to see one of my old employers, a guy by the name of Danny Basita, who runs a club up there called Basita's now, but he had a club at that time called Oil Can Harry's, and this was the first time I'd ever worked in a Canadian night spot, and you know, I watched you on TV, and like most other comics, you try and develop some regional humor, you know. So before I went to Oil Can Harry's to make my debut for the amazing sum of $25, I spoke with Basita, and he said, well, if you really want to go over, since this is like a discotheque, the thing you ought to do is try and come up with something regional, you know, some local humor. And I didn't know any Canadian jokes or anything, so I hit this guy at the bus stop one night, and he was telling a joke to some friend of his, and I said, do you mind if I borrow that? Can I use that? So I didn't know that this was the oldest joke in Canada. So I opened with it that night at Oil Can Harry's, and just before I got to the punchline, 300 people stood up and yelled the punchline out. So I was ready to, you know, go right into the floor, man.
What is the piece of material you've got about the first really hip or truly hip president?
Oh, this is a bit that you can help me with.
I'd be glad to.
I just had a conception, you know, some time ago that things might be a little bit smoother if we had a president that didn't get, you know, so riled about or so hassled about things. And this situation really is the first hip president of the United States receiving a phone call from the Russian ambassador on the hotline. So if you'd be kind enough to give me a little intro, we can do it.
Sure. Mr. President, I just received a call for you on the hotline. What are you going to do?
I'm going to be cool. You know, you got to be cool, baby. Give me the phone.
Here you go.
Thank you. Yeah, this is Prayers. Yeah, what's happening? Yeah, who am I speaking to? Oh, Brez. Yeah, what's happening, Brez? This is Prayers. Yeah. Yeah, why you calling me? Hey, look here, man. You didn't call me collect, did you? Yeah, right. You know, I'm trying to cut back on these bills here, baby. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I got you a little present, man. Did you get my thing from the Mexican ambassador? Yeah, it was heavy, wasn't it? Yeah. Did you get them James Brown albums I sent you? Yeah, I can dig it. Look here, why'd you call me, man? Oh, you went to a little party last night, huh? Oh, that's beautiful. You came home a little high, and you accidentally hit a button. Oh, wow, Prez, that's heavy. Look here, let me call my Secretary of Defense, man. How much time have we got before it gets over here? About 3 minutes? Hang tight, baby. Hello, Muhammad Ali. Look here, Muhammad. You remember before you fought Joe Frazier, you said if you lost, you was going to hide in this big, deep hole in the ground. Look here. You got room for two in that hole?
The story of Harriet Tubman, slave, freedom fighter, leader of the Underground Railroad.
But if I could get myself hired out, I could go to Bucktown. Maybe I'll make enough money one day to buy us all our freedom. And it's on this land where we're gonna be free!
I waited a long time for this, Miss Moses.
Cicely Tyson stars in A Woman Called Moses, Monday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain Time, right after A Flintstone Christmas on NBC.